Robert, how did the potential lockout impact any of your decisions, if at all?
Well, it did really financially, but what it said is, hey, there's going to be a new system there. We don't know exactly what it's going to be. Okay? But one thing's for sure is, I'd like to have some flexibility so that under that new system, we can be successful under various scenarios of that new system. And that's kind of what we ended up doing.
And I will say, I view it as my job to have not only a short-term plan, but a long-term plan. And I'm hoping that we can get a jump start on everybody else in understanding the new collective bargaining agreement, understanding its nuances, finding the little hidden jewels in it that we can use to our advantage. And so, you know, we have to be prepared. I'm a big believer in preparation, exhaustive preparation. We're going to spend all of our time thinking not just about where this team is now, but where it's going to be 3 years from now, 5 years from now. Now, you can't always predict that, but I think if you're prepared, you have a better chance of making good decisions. And look, this is a human endeavor. We're going to make mistakes. My job is to make sure we make fewer mistakes than everybody else, and we're prepared. And we're going to make decisions. We might not always make the right decision, but we'll make the right decisions for the right reasons. And with respect to the roster, my view of it is that if it works out, I'm taking credit for it, and if it doesn't, we'll have an entertaining team that's really quite deep. And what we do have here as a coach, unlike many in the NBA, who is willing to use his bench, he's demonstrated that, willing to nurture his bench and develop it. And I think we put him in a situation where he has players and different opportunities to draw from.
Alvin, will you be able to find anybody to play small forward?
We're looking. No, I like a roster. Like I said, I'm not a guy that, I mean, I like playing 10 guys. You know, we did it for 16 straight playoff games where we at least used 10 guys. And I think that when you do that, players have a tendency to take ownership in the game. They're a little more focused, knowing that the opportunity is always there for them to play. We play guys that are playing well. You know, we don't read the back of jerseys that often. I mean, if you're going pretty good, then we leave you in the game and we let you play it out, as you saw here during most of the season. Even in Steve's case, sometime, you know, when those guys are going well, we just left them in the game and have them play it out. So I think having 10 guys, being 10 deep, make it competitive practices, and I also think it make it competitive for playing time. One of the things that I've always said is that coaches are never responsible for playing time. I think players are. And if you're playing well, you play. And you know, I always told guys that there's only 2 reasons that I ever take you out of the game. Either you're tired or you're not playing very, very good. And I take you out and you say, God, I'm not tired, coach. And, you know, that's an easy one.
Anybody else?
Lon, when you go from a position where the player's best interest is your best interest to now a position where the team's best interest is your best interest, how do you make sure that that dynamic between you and the players doesn't end up affecting egos?
Look, my responsibility is first and foremost to this organization. The notion that there's some dichotomy between the players and the best interests of the organization, I think, is false. I mean, the reason this place is successful is because of the culture, because of the chemistry, and we need to continue to do things here that will promote that. And you know, are players going to be happy with every decision we make? No, but first and foremost, we have to maintain that culture, and this is one of the most player-friendly environments in the entire NBA, and I do everything I can to continue to promote that and make sure we maintain that. So I think that's the answer.
Lon, do you have an ongoing dialogue with Steve Kerr and transition discussions occur?
I have talked to Steve. He's been very gracious, very informative. seems very excited with his new opportunities, and was very excited for me to be taking on this, and had nothing other than great things to say about the people here, about ownership here, the quality of the players. We haven't had extensive conversations, but Steve's a good friend, and I respect him, and I know I have big shoes to fill.